Hello and welcome to class. Today we are going to work a bit with an affirmation. So affirmations are they're really good for when you're trying to get out of your head and refocus your attention on something that maybe is not a natural thought or something that you struggle or work with. It has been proven that if you think something enough, it changes the brain patterns and brings you around to that kind of mindset. So today we're going to work with the affirmation that everything is temporary. It felt fitting for everything that's going on. So as you move through your class, we're going to hold some yin shapes and then we're going to do some flow. And as we move through this practice, we're going to keep coming back to that and just know that everything is temporary. So let's go ahead and get started any way that feels good to you so that we can drop into our practice. If you have blocks, you would probably want to have them handy for the last shape that we're going to do. If you don't have them, don't worry about it. You can use anything that will support your weight. All right, so coming into your practice, closing your eyes, take a nice deep in-breath, reach up through the crown of the nose, and then as you exhale, let everything kind of melt away. And just notice the changes that are happening with each breath. The lifting of the heart, the softening of your sit position, the rise and the fall, because everything changes. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just different. Looking into that breath, creating a nice big in-breath. Let's cultivate a little bit of Ujjayi breath, that Darth Vader or ocean sound in the back of the throat as you constrict the throat as you exhale, extending out that breath. So inhale through the nose and then constrict and exhale. Inhale. Exhale everything out. As we move through our practice, everything is in fact temporary. If a shape isn't agreeing with you today, try to ride it out. It's going to change. And the last breath in anticipation of the next change to come. Open your eyes and let's find our way to our seat if you're not already. We're coming to a double pigeon to start. So starting right off with the yin shape. So if double pigeon doesn't work for you, you can sit here in Sukhasana or easy pose. Otherwise, go ahead and stack that right shin on top of the left, flex through both feet, and the knees are going to stack on top of knee, ankle, ankle, knee, and then find a nice lift through the heart space. Inhale and then exhale. Start to slowly walk yourself forward, reaching that heart center towards the shin. So this is a lot for first thing. And remember, if you're feeling a little bit of tension or if you're stretched beyond your comfort zone, everything changes. It's just temporary. Every in-breath, think about creating a nice long spine, flat back, and then as you exhale, maybe you fold a little bit deeper. We're going to hold some of these poses a little bit longer, and then we're going to flow a little bit, and then we're going to come back to these long-held poses. One more breath, exhaling down to your version of your edge here. So however low, maybe that's tucking the elbows in front of the shins and then coming all the way to the mat. Maybe it's walking the hands out. Rooting down through both hips towards the floor. Let's go ahead and walk the hands back up, finding your way to a straddle split. So just extending the legs into your version of a split today, and maybe your version of the split is right here. That's perfect. Or maybe it's a little bit wider. Then turn, look towards the right side, and again, just walk down towards that knee. So this left hip is going to want to pop up off the mat. Keep pushing it down as you fold over the leg. If it's in your practice, you might reach down with peace fingers and grab onto the big toe, flexing through the feet. You might bring the right hip or left hand to that hip crease and open up the left shoulder. Taking your time here, head is super heavy. If you have that left shoulder opened, you're bringing that right elbow to the inside of the shin. And then go ahead and lift back up, finding your way back to that double pigeon opposite side. So left shin is on top this time. And remember, temporary, it's not going to be this way forever. Lifting up through the heart space and then folding down over the shins. So you might already notice that you have more room. A little bit of that is the side-to-side asymmetries, and some of that is the fact that we've already started to stretch and open. And then melting down over the legs. Keep that breath going. Finding your flat back fold. And then walking the hands all the way back up. Open up back into that straddle split. We have one more side. So putting your fingers on the mat and then just lifting the hips up, kind of scooting them behind you and then sitting down. So you're almost pitching forward a little bit just to start. Turn and look towards the left leg and then melt down over the knee. So if your body doesn't allow you to fold over the leg and you're more towards the middle, that's okay. We're really just looking to get a bit of a stretch. Maybe you reach that left hand down, peace finger around big toes. You start to open up the right shoulder. If you get tension here, don't do it. Head is heavy. Down. About 3 more breaths here. Change can be scary, but sometimes it's refreshing. You know, a new scenery, new outlook. It can be exciting. Go ahead and lift back up. Ooh-wee. All right, we're gonna find our way towards the top of your mat. So hands come down at the front and step back into your downward facing dog. Heels come towards the mat, hands are shoulder width. And for your first one, go ahead and pedal it out. Pushing the right heel to the mat as you bend the left knee. Push the left heel down as you bend the right knee. Come way up onto both toes. Push the hips up towards the sky. Push away from the hands and start to work the heels down towards the mat. Look up towards the hands. Many steps, teeny tiny steps, all the way towards the top of the mat. Feet are right in between the hands, melt down over the legs. Inhale, reach all the way up. Press palms together at the top, hands to heart center. We're going to flow twice, twice through our Surya Namaskar. Inhale, reach, or our sun salute. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, one breath, one movement. Right foot steps back. Keep the heel lifted. Reach all the way up. Inhale, lift. Interlace the fingers. Push them away. Bend the right knee as you hollow out the belly. Inhale, reach up. Straighten that back leg back to that crescent. Both hands down. Step into your plank shape. First one of the day. Knees come down. Lower between the arms all the way to the mat. Release the toes. Inhale for a cobra. Exhale, lower all the way back down to the mat. Curl the toes under, push straight up into a push-up, and then to your downward facing dog. Right leg is going to step between the hands, and then come all the way up into that crescent. This time, as you bend the left knee, you're going to reach the arms around, interlace the fingers, open up for a little back bend here, squeeze the shoulder blades together, look up. Inhale, reach up, straighten the left leg, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up, straight back through that again, hands to heart center. Reset, here we go. Inhale, reach and fold. Inhale, half lift. Let's step back with the left leg this time, right into our crescent. Exhale all the way through your vinyasa. Hands come down. Plank shape. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Now since we step back with that left foot, we have to step forward with that left foot. So we're on the other side. Reach all the way up. Both hands down either side of that front foot. Step forward. Melt over the legs. Feet are about hip width. Lift the toes, maybe grab onto peace fingers or big toes with peace fingers, and then hinge down, elbows out to the side. Melt over the legs. Inhale, half lift. Step the right foot behind the left and sit down so that you're in a half Lord of the Fishes. The right heel will come to the left hip. The left foot is going to stay on the mat. Left hand reaches behind you, right arm reaches up. Exhale as you hinge or twist, hook the right elbow over the knee and look out over the back shoulder. Maybe taking a little mudra here with the hands. If you're super bendy, super stretchy today, you might take the bind, reaching the hands underneath and through the hole in the legs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, spin and look out over the back shoulder. Inhale, lift. Notice how it changes every breath. We're going to be here for about 5 more breaths. So use the back hand, lift up tall. Keep finding that edge, kind of playing around with the edge of it. Unhook the right elbow, unravel, unwind, bring both hands down either side of that, all the way to the top of the mat, and then find your way back into that forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, sweep the arms nice and wide, reach all the way up. Should feel good for a little back bend here. And then exhale, melt all the way down. Inhale, half lift. And then step that left foot behind you as you sit down. Now naturally I would be turning away from you, but I'm just going to adjust here. Right foot is on the outside of the left thigh. Left foot is by the right hip. Right hand reaches behind. That's a lot of left and rights for me. Look up, reach up, find length, hook the elbow, and then look out over that right shoulder. So just settle in here. We're going to be here for a little bit. You know that because we were on the other side for a little bit. Keep looking. Observing your shape, noticing how it shows up for you, what things are coming to mind. If you like twists, this is really nice. If you're not a fan of twists, this is a little bit of torture. Don't worry, I've got something else coming. Five more breaths here. See if you can relax the legs, but still maintain that twist. See if you can lift up through the spine. Exhale deeper into the twist. Now is not the time to let the mind wander. Stay with your shape. ahead and unwind, unravel. Bring your hands to what is now the back of the mat. Place both hands on the mat, and let's go ahead and find our way to our downward facing dog. Both heels work towards the mat. Hands are about shoulder width. Down dog. Come way up onto the toes, bend the knees, lift the hips up towards the sky, and press the heels down, finding that length through the spine. Let's go ahead and flow. Left leg is going to reach up and open, three-legged dog. And then step through between the hands, warrior two. Plant that right foot down, windmill the hands all the way up and open. Sink low. Reverse the palm, reverse your warrior. Windmill both hands down either side of that front foot, right through your vinyasa. We're going to meet in our downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Clarify your pose. Right leg reaches up, open the hip, bend the knee, flex the foot, maybe look up under the right shoulder. And then step through between the hands, warrior two, second side. Reverse. And then windmill both hands down, either side of that front foot, step through your vinyasa. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Downward facing dog. Look up towards the hands, left leg reaches up and open, step between the hands. Warrior two, reach all the way up, adding on this time. Reverse your warrior. Extended side angle, elbow to knee, reach right arm way up overhead. Reverse your warrior. Triangle shape, straighten that left leg, hinge from the hips. Left hand comes down, right hand comes up. Warrior two. Bend, lift up on that back heel, relax your shoulders. Windmill both hands down through your vinyasa. Up dog, down dog. Last time, right leg reaches up and open. Step between the hands, warrior two. Plant left foot down, right hand out. Reverse. Extended side angle, right elbow, right knee, left arm up and over. Flat back here against a wall. Warrior two. Reverse. Triangle shape, straighten, hinge, and fold all in one breath. Warrior two. Both hands down either side of that front foot. Step back. Top of your plank. Relax your elbows, little tiny bend. Space between the shoulder blades. Knees or no knees, it's up to you. We're lowering all the way down to the mat. Nice. All right, from here, left forearm comes across the top of the mat. We're just going to bend the right knee, reach around and grab on, and pull that hip in toward, or the heel in towards the hip. So you can relax your forehead on your hand. Or you can stay upright if you like. Well, half frog pose. And just pull that heel down towards the hip. And then if you have a little bit more in the shoulder, you can flip your grip and come from that other way. It's up to you. And be careful to protect your knee here. And we're going to be here for a while. So just melt into the shape. Head rests on the forearm. Feel your breath. Body rises and falls each time. And just about the time we get used to not moving, we switch it up and flow a little bit. Because everything changes, seasons, days, hours, even though it doesn't feel like it right now. I promise it's really a new day. Beautiful. Go ahead and release that right foot. Curl the toes under and sit back into a child's pose. So curling those toes under, bringing the knees together, sitting back, hips to heels, push away from the hands, round through the back. Should feel quite delightful. Walking yourself back out, finding your way back down onto the belly. Hands are shoulder width to start, and then just lower down. A little bit of strength work into a little chaturanga all the way to the mat. Right forearm comes across the mat. Left knee bends. Reach back, grab on. Hip comes toward, or heel comes towards hip. Forehead melts over the forearm. So you can flex through that ankle if you want to protect the knee and pull that heel down. Or if you have the space and protecting the knee isn't really, if you're really stretchy, you might just keep the toe pointed and keep that heel towards the hip. Just be really careful to honor your body and whatever you need in this shape. It's just a quad stretch. Trying not to bend too much into the back. Belly button is engaged here, so you're really working through the lower body or lower abs here. We're here for about a full minute. Anticipating change sometimes causes stress. So don't worry about where we're going next and whether or not it's accessible or something you want to do. Don't worry about the next thing. Just stay here with this thing. Perfect. Release that left foot. Again, back into that child's pose. Curl the toes under, hands right underneath the shoulders, elbows back, push back, sit back. Heavy into the back body, round through the back, pulling the shoulder blades away from each other, creating that little curve in the lower back by tucking tailbone towards heels. All right, let's find our last flow. Reach the hands forward, keep the knees bent, and start to find your way up and back, downward facing dog. So knees bent first and then heels come towards the mat. You can adjust if you need to walk the hands out a little bit or back a little bit. Look towards the hands, walk, step, hop, however you want to get there. Top of your mat-ish, forward fold, and then root to rise all the way up. Inhale, reach up, press palms together, and then hands come to heart center. All right, last time through. Inhale, reach all the way up. Inhale, look up, lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Right hand or right foot steps back. Reach all the way up, crescent warrior. Exhale through your vinyasa. You know where you're going. Up dog and down dog. Once we get into the down dog, we're just going to reach that right leg right back up towards the sky. Step through between the hands, crescent warrior, reach up. Nice, hands come to heart center, stepping forward into your chair pose. Big toes touch, knees bend, reach out. Stay long. Sit back. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, fold. All right, you know where we're going. Inhale, root to rise. Press palms, back bend, and fold. Inhale, half lift. Left foot steps back this side. Time, let's keep it even. Reach up, crescent. Exhale through your vinyasa. Hands come down. Exhale all the way back to that plank and down. Inhale for your up dog. Exhale for your down dog. Left foot reaches on the inhale and steps through. All one breath. Inhale up, reach up. And then both hands come down if you like. Otherwise, stepping right into your chair pose. Hands come together. This time we're coming all the way down to the mat into Navasana, boat pose. Nice. So maybe your boat is here. So think lifting through the heart, flat back, knees squeeze together, ankles squeeze together, and reach. Both feet come down, and go ahead and wrap your arms around your shins. Forehead reaches towards the knees. All right, go ahead and grab that block that I had you keep handy here. All right, bring it close to you so that you have it and lay all the way down into your bridge shape. So from your bridge, feet are underneath your hips, and then, or feet are underneath your knees. Knees are hip width, and then lift your hips up, finding your way into a nice bridge shape. So 3 stages to this bridge that we're going to do today. So hands come down next to you, and we're just going to hip up. So right hip comes up, left hip comes up. Now you don't want to swing wide. You want to think about just making a little U right where you're at. And we're going to do just about 20 of these or so. Go to the right and the left and the right. Keep going. Creating this little U shape. There we go. Give me about 10 more. 9, 8, 7, as high as you can get. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both hips up. Walk the feet together. Maybe walk them in towards your hips a little bit more and lift up. Now if you like, you can slide that left arm under and then the right, interlacing the fingers and the lifting up to your highest bridge here. Careful not to let the knees splay out. Nice. A little bit more. Try to find an even breath here, because this too shall pass, I promise. You're not going to spend the rest of your life in this shape. Maybe a minute at the worst side of it. You can always come out of it if you need to, but man, how strong is it going to feel if you stick with it? One more breath. Squeeze those knees. Root down, lift up. Can you get a little bit higher? Squeeze into the butt. Nice. Release the hands and come all the way down. Go ahead and grab that block. So whatever side you want, I'm going to go on the low side and just slide it underneath. Bringing your hips down right on this block. Maybe letting the knees splay in if that feels good. Hands come down by your side. If you want a little bit more of a front body stretch, you can walk the feet all the way down the mat, and that feels really good to stretch through that front body. Shoulders relax. So if you reach the legs out and it creates a little crunching in the lower back, just walk the hands or walk the feet back underneath the knees. Come back to this supported bridge. Close the eyes. We're going to be here for a bit. And just let your breath come as it will. Don't worry about controlling it. You don't have to go one way or the other. Just breathe. Observing the breath, maybe finding a nice even pattern. Inversions, regardless of how supported they are or how very easy they are. This is actually an inversion because the hips are over the heart. They help us to change our perspective, see things a little bit differently. You should try to invert every day, one way or another. All right, go ahead and push the heels into the mat. Lift the hips up off the block. Move the block out of the way and then lower down. And just take any kind of movement that feels good. I like a windshield wiper here, side to side. And then go ahead and grasp behind the knees and rock yourself up. Find yourself in a comfortable seat that calls to you to wrap up your practice today. Maybe let the eyes close, maybe let the hands rest either on the knees or in the lap or whatever feels really good. Shoulders roll back and down. Take a big cleansing inhale and sigh out that entire class. Take a moment here to appreciate change. Appreciate that everything is temporary. That's the nature of life. It's the cyclic nature of human life, right? Or any kind of life. Things come and they go. When you feel that it's as bad as it can possibly be, there's something else to look forward to. So change is actually the catalyst for hope. Change is the catalyst for hope, and everything is temporary. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day, whatever it brings. Thanks so much for joining me on the mat. I will see you next time. Namaste.